What's up, Freys? Welcome to Athia. This is Kaz and I'll be your guide. I'm going to be spending this video showing you around this magical, mystical, and dangerous as land of Athia. Originally, I made a guide with 3 different parts, but it was 20 minutes, so let me break it down. This time, we're going to do part 2, which is all about upgrades, crafting, and spellcrafting, including tips on what to upgrade soonest. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm in my push to 1,000 subs, so I really appreciate it. Okay, so what the hell is a beginner and why should you be watching this video? Well, I made this for the section of the game where you have Frey's magic or purple magic and Silas magic or red magic. I've put over 25 hours into the full game and 25 hours into the demo, if that helps you at all. And I would say up to and including chapters 5, 6, 7-ish is where this video is relevant. I have some helpful tips separated out into sections, starting with things that will make your life easier, tips to help you upgrade faster, lots of goodies on how to get your badass sorcery skills where they need to be, and some guidance on where to go first and story progression. So let me just take a second to say, guides like this are a little complicated because there's tips and there's your style. So I think the number one thing to keep in mind is hopefully these help you, but your style is really important. How you want to explore, how you want to engage in combat and upgrade, all of that's important too. So hopefully some of this helps inform your style. And with all of that in mind, let's get to my part 2 of my entire guide, but what this video is focused on, which is all about upgrades, crafting, and spellcrafting. So when I first started the game, I was like, look at all this freaking free mana, and I picked up everything I saw, and it helped me unlock a ton of magic fast. Just note, though, that there is a ton of mana so far, so definitely get what you see, but don't worry about getting every single one, because it is just abundant how much magic is oozing out of the earth. Now, you can get more mana by leveling up with experience points from fighting the break baddies and discovering locations and progressing the story, but if you want mana fast, really, you should just look around. Now, I was going to do a video on farming mana, but then I was kind of like, nah, because there's mana everywhere. That said, it does seem to be more concentrated around these magic, not very well made cotton candy sculptures. Yum yum in a magic tum tum. Next is Look Up, which is an amazing song by Joy Oladukin, which you should definitely look up. But there's a lot of mana and treasure waiting for you if you're ready to do a lot of climbing early on. So just note that if you see something tall, there's likely to be a treasure or mana on top of it. And as you're making your way up, trying to land maybe on a very small platform to open a chest, well, if you're in midair or just not a very straight shooter jumping around all over the place, just press triangle to open up the treasure chest when you see it, and there will be an automation, like an automation will queue, and you can parkorpin it up. Next is Finders Keepers. Another quick thing is just to make sure to visit the Finders Keepers when you return to Sabal. Sibals leave their trash there, and one person's trash is another person's rocks and crafting items to make a Tanta's beg for mercy. Spellcrafting early on is massive to become a badass sorceress. Spellcrafting is taking up a challenge for a particular skill to upgrade it. You can do this at the bookshelves and refuges, or some just places to rest, or some of the archives, but make sure to always have 3 spellcraft challenges going at once and prioritize your combat to focus on them when you're out in the world. Sometimes you can knock an entire challenge out in one skirmish.
That's it.
Another tip for getting good fast is prioritizing monuments and fountains. Some monuments will just give you stuff. Free stuff like health, stamina, increased magic. So of course if you're trying to be a badass sorceress, you don't turn down free stuff, do you? No, of course not. Same with the fountains, which give you free spells. Now you can unlearn a spell to convert it back to mana, basically relocking the spell so you can redistribute your mana to one you feel is more necessary. So it's an option, but again, there is so much mana that you really shouldn't need to. And now the tips I know a lot of people are waiting for, and by a lot of people I mean the 5 people who aren't taking a dump on this game on the internet and actually playing it. These are early spell unlocks, starting with Frey's magic, which is Burst Shot. That's my #1 thing that you should upgrade. Get your spellcrafts done early. Burst Shot is incredibly powerful, especially at a level 3. Then you also want to upgrade your Surge magic, which is Tendril, and Vivify, which will help you upgrade your necklaces. On to Silas magic, you want to upgrade Arc Slice. That's been my go-to attack spell, and at level 3 it has a huge AoE. You also want to get Amplify unlocked. It's pretty expensive, but it'll help you upgrade your cloaks, and Conflagration, which is the Surge magic, which again has a huge range and does tons of damage, so definitely worth prioritizing. So my tip around early spell crafting really is the same as those early spell unlocks. Just move quickly through spell crafting on those particular skills and then just do everything. Like, it's a great time early on to help you get acquainted with the different attacks in the game, the different support magics. The beauty of spellcrafting is it's really there to teach you how to be great at combat. So my tip for you really is just to do all of them. Now, in terms of early best nails, what I've been really going with is Aftershock. It makes it so a killer blow generates this sort of wave, this AoE damage, and blows people back. So that's been really great because you can killer blow into a crowd and do damage to a lot of different break baddies. Early gear customization, you can see what I'm pretty much using most of the time here. This is my Shrift cloak, where I've upgraded as much as I can, but I really focus on the attack customization for my cloak. So critical hits can boost attack, critical hits. Critical hits can restore health and auto heal. Can be helpful too, but I would honestly focus on things that are just going to do more damage. And for my necklace, it's the same thing. Damage boosted when Surge magic is not fully charged. Critical damage boosted, support magic deals extra damage. I like these because it allows you to do a lot more damage, particularly with your critical hits, which I'll get to in a little bit. In terms of what to read, I didn't love many of these, but I did like Ballad of Boiling Blood because it allows to crafting that increases critical hit damage. So again, you can see I've kind of gone the way of critical hits early. One other quick note that for some reason in this game, where some places you can craft and rest aren't labeled, like the one in Sepal, which is above the tavern. So just note that. There's also one in your quest to get Scylla that it's never marked on the map. So I'm sort of showing you where it is here, and I hope that helps. And while we're watching Frey run to do some crafting, just another reminder to like and subscribe as I'm in my push to 1,000 subs. Next is fire crafting. So fire crafting is just a reminder that you can hold down on the D-pad on PS5 to start a fire and get to a place where you can do upgrades and you can craft. So let's go over what you can do where, because it can be a little confusing. In a refuge, you can craft, you can do upgrading, and this is where you can always do some spell crafting. When you do a campfire, you can do crafting, upgrading, and of course resting, which will refill your health. And when you're out on the fly, not at a refuge or a campfire, just running around, you can always change your gear. If you complete a spellcraft challenge, you can do the upgrade on the fly. You don't have to go to a bookcase. You can unlock magic with mana. You can change your gear and change your nails. And that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'm in my push to 1,000 subs, and I really look forward to your like and subscribe.